Graduates, guests, colleagues, I declare this ceremony open. Please be seated. As Director of Human Resources, I welcome you to this graduation ceremony for students from Nottingham Business School. I would also like to welcome the family and friends who are joining us from around the world via NTU livestream. Welcome also to our outstanding alumni, Selassie Gormity. It is a pleasure and a privilege to have you with us, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts a little later in the ceremony. Graduates, I want to begin by congratulating you on your achievements. Well done and welcome back to NTU. Graduation is the pinnacle of the academic year, for us as much as you. It is the day that we come together to reflect on your academic accomplishments and all the incredible things you have achieved throughout your NTU journey. Until recently, the COVID pandemic has denied us that opportunity, but we have always been committed to celebrating your success in person, and I am delighted that so many of you are here today. It really is great to see you all again. As the class of 2021, during the pandemic, you faced major challenges. You came through those challenges, however, showing resilience, resourcefulness, and adaptability. The pandemic has reiterated the reach and relevance of the NTU community, a community you will always be part of. It has re-emphasised the importance of connection and collaboration, of inclusion and innovation. Today is a reunion as well as a recognition of your graduation. Take the chance to renew friendships and acquaintances, because the stronger your network is, the stronger your future will be. I also want to recognise the doctoral students who will be coming across the stage today. A doctorate is the highest level of academic study. In completing your doctorate with us, you have also made a significant contribution to the university's research culture. Thank you for this. No one completes this journey alone. I invite you now to remember those who have supported you along the way: your families, your friends, your course mates, professional service colleagues, and academic tutors. Please join me in thanking them with a well-deserved round of applause. These ceremonies also give us the opportunity to reflect on the university's world-leading research, our commitment to ensuring our graduates are equipped for the world of work, and our ever-expanding network of international partnerships. Considering the challenges we have all faced since March 2020, I feel we must recognise today the culture and ethos that underpins the university's many successes. It is from this ethos that we have all drawn the strength and maturity to prevail. The pandemic has reminded us of the importance of collaboration and the need to tackle challenges by working together. Innovation, inclusion, and expertise, these ideals are ingrained in the university's DNA, and they have served us well in these unprecedented times. Every title and an award is an endorsement of our beliefs, methods, and goals. But it is the day-to-day success we see in our classrooms, across our campuses and communities that prove NTU's ability to deliver on its ambitions. Nottingham Business School exemplifies those ambitions. It is a business school for business, one that offers academic rigour and personalised support to its students, and a worldwide network of industry connections. The school believes in developing responsible managers and leaders and making business more sustainable. It believes in experiential and professionally applied learning. But most of all, it believes in making a positive impact on people, business, and society, both through the quality of its graduates and by shaping policy and practice. Through its accolades, memberships, accreditations, and professional facilities, the school is the epitome of best practice in contemporary business. Increasingly, businesses can no longer exist as profit-making enterprises alone. They must serve as guardians of society, the economy, and the environment. They must support all their stakeholders and not just their shareholders. By incorporating this ethos into its teaching, Nottingham Business School reflects the duties of a modern university to enrich society, to embrace sustainability, to connect globally, and to effect meaningful, lasting change. Class of 2021, it is a pleasure to have you back on campus. I hope you enjoy today's ceremony. I now invite the Deputy Dean, Melanie Curry, to read the names of today's graduates, and the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Edward Peck, to confer your degrees.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the first group of graduands. Vice-Chancellor, the following have qualified for awards from Nottingham Business School. Doctor of Business Administration degree, Jonathan Sims, whose research is on unified divestiture, non-strategic ambiguity, and the shape of liminality in a decentralized workplace. Hanan Al-Kindi, whose research is on the effectiveness of internal communications as part of the e-government transformation plan in the Ministry of Information in Oman. Stuart Carnell, whose research is on business disorientation in a post-legal aid economy. Master of Business Administration degree. AJ Sunder Samuel John Arputhraj. Pravin Kumar Patipugala. Tariq Tamin. Lorinda Antonio. Anshul Singh. Ryan Atkinson. Andrew Deep Badka. Steve Clark. The next student also receives the NBS Executive Dean's Prize for Executive MBA Excellence. Colette Doherty. Wendy Greenup. Peter Harwood. Rachel Hobbs. Mandeep Kaur Kalia. Heini Morus. Josie Moss. Brian Pickering. Patricia Valentine. Catherine Williams Stanley. Paul Edwards. Shrinu Nesuratnam. Lee Stephen Kidger. Louise Shields. Kerr Westerlund. Isru Anja Wirasakira. Master of Business Administration degree in Data Analytics, Anthony Munday. Mark Patterson-Mick. Rebecca MacDonald. Master of Business Administration degree in Digital Marketing, Paula Andrea Gomez Saldariga. Xiaojin Huang. Master of Business Administration degree in Finance, Adiola Ulusula Harabona. Master of Business Administration degree in Global Supply Chain Management, Ong Mint Kunan. Master of Science degree in Economics and Investment Banking, Rosemary Member Bam. Master of Science degree in Finance, Samuel Bartholomew. Bitarn Batari. Jonathan Brearley. Alexandra Dolman. The next student also receives the Amplify Trading Award for Best Overall Performance by an MSc Finance student, Laura Dyer. Oliver Ferguson. Joan Green. Dang Huhang. Dan Huhong. Angel Musoka Kirabo. Matthew Knight. Thomas Molinder. Ling Chang Ungwin. Noel Ntunga. Rio Testa. Niramea Tapamaga. Harry Thornton. Joanna Veleva. Warren Wheat. Snehanshu Guvond Apadja. Vice-Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of awards to the first group of graduates from Nottingham Business School. I am pleased to invite Amanda Thompson to the stage to give the oration for our outstanding alumni, Celesi Bormath, and to present him to the Vice-Chancellor to receive his award.
It is my pleasure and privilege to present Celesi Bormath, one of the most outstanding members of our alumni community, to receive an award today in recognition of his achievement. Celesi works for Deutsche Bank in the City of London in client services management and is also a well-known professional baker. As a baker, he's appeared on Saturday Kitchen and worked with brands such as Morrison's, Sainsbury's, Switzerland Tourism and Kenwood. Some of you may recognise Celesi from the Great British Bake Off, the BBC's hit competitive baking series. Celesi was born in Ghana in 1986, and in 2000 his family moved to the UK. He completed his GCSEs and A-levels in London, and then fleetingly considered following his passion for food and cookery by going to catering college. But the courses didn't look interesting to him at the time. Instead, a friend recommended NTU, and soon afterwards he arrived in Nottingham to study BA Honours Economics and Finance at Nottingham Business School. Celesi thoroughly enjoyed his time here. Alongside studying diligently for his degree, Celesi worked part-time in TK Maxx, played basketball, and perhaps most significantly of all, cooked up a storm in his halls of residence and in his student houses in Forest Fields and St Anne's. One of his housemates loved to bake and introduced Celesi to baking. It sounds as if cake and of all varieties helped Celesi and his friends get through university. Selassie graduated in 2008 and secured a role with Barclays Bank. After a spell in London, he was seconded to Southampton to work on the payment protection mis-selling scandal, and then later returned to Barclays headquarters in Canary Wharf to be part of a special team reviewing the bank's PPI processes. In 2014, Selassie joined Deutsche Bank as a client services manager, working with corporate clients. As an enthusiastic baker, Selassie organised many bake sales to raise funds for both Barclays and Deutsche Bank's nominated charities, enabling him to support good causes while perfecting his hobby. His cakes were legendary, and colleagues regularly told him to apply for Bake Off. In 2016, he did just that, competing with over 20,000 applicants for one of just 12 places. He reached the semi-final, ending his run by creating pink velvet and raspberry prosecco fondant fancies. His laid-back nature and witty repartee made Selassie a huge hit with viewers. Following his success on Bake Off, Selassie was offered a scholarship to study patisserie at the Culinary Arts Academy in Lucerne. Deutsche Bank granted an 8-month sabbatical to enable him to go to Switzerland to fulfill this opportunity. Selassie says that he didn't enter Bake Off with a view to changing careers. Rather, he was lucky to be able to combine baking and banking with the full support of his employer. He now has a talent agent who manages his part-time baking career. As well as working for major brands, Selassie continues to put his skills in the kitchen to good use to support those in need, as he did with a fundraising dinner that he organised for survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire, a tragedy which was close to his heart as a West Londoner. Vice-Chancellor, we're honoured to have such an inspirational global leader in our alumni community. It gives me great pride and pleasure to present Selassie Bormitta to receive this Nottingham Trent University Outstanding Alumnus Award.
Thank you, Amanda. I'm deeply honored. And firstly, congratulations to the class of 2021 and wishing you all the best of luck on your new journey. I came to Nottingham between 2005 and 2008, so I'm quite old. And coming to Trent was a dream come true for me. It's been an incredible experience spending time here and, of course, beyond. If I may give one bit of advice to the new graduates, is to always pay it forward, act with vigor and integrity, and remain consistent and disciplined in the goals that you set yourself. To quote one of my favorite artists, Jay-Z, which some of you may already know, constant elevation causes expansion. What this means is keep learning new things to expand your mind and to improve, basically. And I need to give special thanks to the Vice Chancellor and the university for this award, my family, who have been my greatest advocates, and my friends who I met in my first year of university here at Nottingham Trent University. I'm very thankful and grateful. Thank you.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the second group of graduands. Vice-Chancellor, The following have also qualified for awards from Nottingham Business School. Master of Science degree in Finance and Accounting, Akinsoji Victor Akanteo. Caroline Olawakami Amolaja. Tanya Azad. Zainab Abdili Borai. Aidan Newbury. Temiteo Grace Olufin Toye. Athira Vasanthi Jayakumar Anner. Ulawabumi Buraimo Arwa. Shrut Kamlesh Doshi. Nidimunosh Midi Manek. Gautam Sarath. Shreya Anil Singh. Yash Jayandra Soni. Naya Reddy Tankarai. Master of Science degree in International Finance, Dominic Caesar. Martin Holliensen. Uri Juhas. Tomasz Mazan. Petra Shpakova. Maria Wojtsova. Master of Science degree in Project Management, Amon Singh Ajula. Samuel Curl. Lewis Donaldson. Alexander Edge. Rita Amaria Neagi Francis. Thomas Hefferdin. Iona Hill. Felix Joykonya. Bailey Jones. The next student also receives the Nottingham Business School Award for Best Overall Performance on the MSc Project Management course. Slatina Ristona Karamanova. Mofhesu Abraham Ojemi. Finn Patterson. Akiyajaki Pranadipta. Pongchanok Ratnasat Jatam. Sophie Reed. Nicholas Rojas. Khadija Sana. Luke Stedman. Tate Stone. Raide Vijaya Kuraman. Robert Wallace. Chi Lok Woo. Anna Ziolkowska. Stephanie Janet Catriano Galando. Van Lin Duchuna. Marim Al-Karadia. Christopher Chad Gilalta. Krati Rathor. Paramrezi Pursa Bijari. Aravind J. Krishnan Shivashana Mugam. Master of Business Administration degree, Noura Alum. Jonathan Buchanan. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from Nottingham Business School and concludes the presentation of awards to graduates at this ceremony. In absentia, Vice-Chancellor, I invite you to confer degrees on those graduates who have not been presented to you in person, but who have indicated that they wish their awards to be conferred in their absence. I certify that these graduates are worthy of their degrees, and I stand as proxy. Lee Kidger, who earlier received a Master of Business Administration, will now propose the student vote of thanks.
Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Dean, distinguished guests, family, friends and fellow graduates, I am proud to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the fellow graduates and hope to briefly explain why Nottingham Trent University has been a brilliant place to study. Where do I start? During the last years of study, of which have been majorly affected by the global pandemic of coronavirus, the ability for us as students to work remotely was extremely important. Collaboration across the whole world has happened, which shows the dynamic nature of the NTU course structure. I remember receiving messages at 1 a.m. from fellow students in the Far East, as well as sending messages to land with them during their early mornings or late night, depending on how you view it. One special module saw the collaboration from students from England, Scotland, Dubai, China, and Japan. The cultural discussions were great and insightful. That cross-country collaboration is an important mark. Given the remote nature of some courses, as well as the small matter of the pandemic, there wasn't a chance to meet personally or even experience a night out. I, for one, was only living 25 minutes away from NTU, and this is my first visit to the university. It shows that remote learning can happen, but it would have been nice to experience a night out in Nottingham with some of the other students. The best collaboration we had was via WhatsApp, which again used to go off at all hours of the day and night due to students being around the world. At some points, I had to mute it just to get some sleep. Again, I wouldn't change it. Speaking for the rest of my fellow students, I'm sure we can agree that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study at NTU in a unique setting that nobody would have ever imagined or predicted. I guess that's a symbol for business in general. No matter what is thrown at you or your business, there is always a way to succeed. Success comes from hard work, dedication, and a willingness to learn. To our families, I would like to say thank you for believing in us and supporting at every stage of our journey at NTU. Thank you to all the friends, our companions, and everybody else along the way that has supported us through this amazing experience. Lastly, I would like to thank, on behalf of the students studying at Nottingham Trent University, all teaching staff and university staff for their guidance, support, and collaboration to the success of the students. Now, where do we sign up for our doctorate? Thank you.
Well, class of 2021, I want to echo the thoughts of my colleague Louise by congratulating you on your achievements and wishing you every success for the future. It is fantastic to be able to share this day with you and your nearest and dearest in person, particularly given Lee's comments about it's the first time he's been to campus during his master's course. And I'm sure for some of you that's also the case, so welcome to University Hall. And I hope that those of you watching Lecture Theatre 2 or watching around the world, you get some sense of the feeling of achievement, pride, and in some cases relief at receiving these master's degrees today. So I hope you're enjoying the experience. And I want to recognise the contributions Selassie's made since leaving NTU. I mean, most people struggle to do one thing really well. To do two things really well is a serious achievement. And I just love his insouciance in asking his employer in the world of finance for a sabbatical to go and study baking in even more depth. I think it's a great example. If you don't ask, you don't get. And I should hang on to that thought. If you're good at something else, keep pursuing it. It's really important. You're a great alumnus. You're a charming individual. And thank you for your insightful, inspiring words. And thanks to Lee for that great student vote of thanks. And for thanking my colleagues who taught you. I just want to put on record, my colleagues the last 18 months have had a very difficult time, as have, of course, all of you. But they've showed great agility, great flexibility, and I think enormous goodwill in moving from in-person to online to hybrid to online to back to in-person. I think is how it's gone the last 18 months. So thanks, folks. It's been a real achievement. I'm really proud of you. Now, typically, students are the beating heart of our city and indeed this university. And I know many of you also made major contributions despite what's happened around the pandemic. So you're still undertaking work projects for local businesses. You're still making the Global Lounge as vibrant as we could. But I know that many of you missed some of the experiences, and Lee referred to nights out in Nottingham, that you would have had but for the pandemic. And we did what we could to optimize the amount of in-person teaching and to ensure the quality of our online offer during your studies. But thank you for your patience and your resilience in these extraordinary circumstances. You've been through a lot. It will stand you in good stead for the future. But it's also why we're so keen to hold these graduation celebration ceremonies in person. When we heard that the Prime Minister making an announcement last week, we held our breath to what it might mean, and we are still here, and we're really grateful still to be here, and thank you for joining us on this very special day. We wanted to mark this next stage of your engagement in NTU in this time-honoured way. And of course, at the same time, some of you attending today took your courses entirely online by design. You enrolled on our distance learning MBA programs. It's great to see some of you here. It's great you could come to Nottingham and experience this ceremony. So thanks for making the effort of coming and with your families. Now, I said the next stage in your engagement at NTU because although you've now graduated, you remain members of our global NTU family. This is around 220,000 alumni around the world, and our doors are always open to you as our alumni. You can keep on accessing support from us, including advice for the next steps of your career from our employability team, and you can find out more by visiting the NTU alumni website. And in time, consider how you too could help future generation students, just as some alumni have helped you, perhaps with work projects, with some mentoring, the other things I hope our alumni have done to support you. When the time comes, this is a special announcement, when the time comes, could you please complete the graduate outcome survey? It does really matter to us that you do. You might find it slightly tedious, but please do get to the end. If you can bring yourself to do it, it'd be much appreciated. It's an important legacy you can leave to the university, so I would appreciate that. So enough, but do fill it in. But that's for the future. Now is the time to enjoy your success, and I invite you all to join us for celebratory refreshments in the Newton building. Guests, can you remain seated for the professional music and as the academic party and graduates leave the hall, and I declare this graduation ceremony closed.